Yeah, hello guys. You are once again to my channel. You are welcome to Catfish Solution Plays and Academy. In here we give you lectures on catfish farming. Presently, we are giving you free training on catfish farming. This is the A to Z of feed fish farming, which the first topic we are talking about is feed formulation. So in feed formulation, we are talking about the present topic we have is crude protein and its alternation. That means crude protein and the materials alternation. So that means we are entering into the total feed formulation. So once again, my name still remains Odutola Isabiodun DTM, your great anchor on this channel. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and make sure that you always watch this video to the end. Why we are making it a little bit shorter, because it takes about 14 to 15 minutes. It's because we don't want to bore you with more information. We want you to relax so that we are having this lecture concurrently. That means this lecture will be here three times in a week. Yeah, so once again, sit down and let's continue with where we stopped on our episode 9. So we are in episode 10. Yeah, we are in episode 10. So once again, we are talking about your feed concentration. That means CP, your crude protein material alternative. So we are talking about the materials now. But before we go, let us just go on a break. So you are welcome from the break. Some ingredients are better not to use if not well prepared and processed. Yeah, for those of us who will just go out there and get any materials and start using it, there is not all the materials that you just use. There are some materials that needed processing. Some of them are the likes of the soya, and we can put up the GNC2 as well, because you can't go out there to get just the raw soya and you grind it and start using it. This has to go through processing, and the processing maybe if you are getting it raw, you can toast it. Yeah, you can toast it very well. You grind it and you start using it. And for those of us who buy it from the feed ingredient sellers, you can, because some of them have already been processed, they have extracted the oil from it, and depending, we have two categories of feed soya. Three categories of soya. Sorry, we have what we call the toasted soya, we have what we call the full fat soya, and we have what we call the soya meal. Note the difference between this is that the toasted soya still have huge amount of crude protein in them, and the full fat soya, some protein have been extracted from it, and most of it are full of fat. That's what they call the full fat soya. So the soya oil has been extracted from it. This is produced through those people that uses soya oil. Soya oil is used for many things. Soya oil is used for cream. They use it to mix with cream, soap, lot of things soya oil is used for. Soya oil is used to mix as what we call a preservative for your material. That means the finished feed. So for those of you that when you touch the feed, some of the feed, and you can see that it's oily, some of people use soya oil, but some of them use what we call the fish oil. But basically fish oil is not that really accessible and it's a little bit expensive. So most of them will tell you they are using fish oil. No, they are not. Most of them are not using fish oil. Some of them are using what we call the soya oil. So the soya oil, you can get that soya oil and you mix it after you might have finished drying your feed. If you don't have what we call the oil spilling machine, if you have the oil spilling machine, there's a part there you put the oil. So by the time the machine is rolling, Sorry, by the time the machine is rolling, the oil will be sprinkling on it, and this will help you mix it. Those are done for those people that has a very big machine, those big producers. But if you are not a big producer, so what you do and you want to preserve it, after you might have dried your feed, add up the soil and use shovel in order to mix it. Or if they are not much, put it in a bath, put the oil and you mix it, and you allow it to stay for a little time. Just allow air to blow on it. This will be mixed, and it will be like that too as well. So let us go on. So we are talking about, you have to preserve them very well. There's a process of preserving it. As we go more deeper on this topic, I'll be telling you how this is being processed. Please just relax, don't worry. I'll be telling you. This is a free lecture, so because I promise you, I'm going to give you all details about feed formulation and other fish. As we are going to the actually do the same thing, I'm going to tell you everything. So just relax and let's continue. And if you are just watching this video, this video is episode 9. So to note that you have missed a lot, so you need to go back to episode 1. So make sure that you click on the Catfish solution icon on our channel, and you will see video. Click on the video. Once you click on the video, this video will brought to you well over 600 to 700 plus video we have on these educative videos we have on this channel. So from there you can start watching from episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 till the 9 we have, so you don't miss up, because we have talked about a lot of things if you are just joining in. Soya beans grain must be well processed to remove some anti-nutritional element in them. GNC is a major concern for fish, both for bed, because it encourages the growth of aflatoxin. What this means is that aflatoxins do grow from your materials, and there are some of the materials that are pushing what we call the aflatoxin in your water, and aflatoxins are dangerous. Aflatoxin brings microbes. This brings series of bad bacteria that will affect your fish. As I told you earlier, if your fish does not have the immune system to handle them, this will kill your fish drastically. So for your fishes not to be grow on moisture, much aflatoxin, you need to process them very well. So it is advisable for you to dry your feed very well if you are using GNC soya, most especially GNC in your feed. So you need to make sure that the feed is well dried. And if the feed is not that dry, make sure that you give your fishes maybe a day. The second day, make sure that it's gone. Don't leave it for a week, year, month, because this we call what we call the aflatoxin. I encourage to get a well-dried feed for your stock, preferably passing through the heater. If you are using maize, make sure it is well grinded, because if maize is not well grinded, the digestibility becomes so low. If your maize does not get well dried, the digestibility of your feed becomes so low. This creates much, it increases the fiber in your concentration, and once the fiber in your concentration is high, the digestibility of it is lower. And as we know, fish has most of the higher respiratory digestibility body. They digest very, very fast. So there's the ranges of their digestibility. I'll be telling you more about this. I think we have 7 to 8 hours of their digestibility. So that is why sometimes when I'm doing the recording about your FF, that means the feed frequency, that means how you can feed your fishes at this present time. I talked about it in my, I think it's episode 3 or episode 4. If you not, just go there and watch it. So I tell you, you can feed 2 times a day. So that means if they have 8 hours, if you feed in the morning and you feed in the evening, you are still between the ranges. You don't need to feed 3 times a day. No, you don't need to feed 4 times a day. Even the fryers, even the newly born fryers, I feed them 3 times a day. But before, I feed them 8 times a day. I feed them every hour. But by the time I notice this causes a lot of congestion to my water, and if I'm not careful, because I'm a very busy person, by the time I come back, they start dying. So I try to control myself. Creativity, that's what we are talking about. You need to be well creative in your doings so that you can be successful. Yeah, that's the truth. So a good feed formulator must know that fish feed must have good smell and a very good taste, so that it advantageous for your fishes. It is advisable you pick ingredient with very good smell and taste. For example, if you are formulating, there are some materials that by the time you dry, the palatability comes out. The palatability is what we call the smell. It comes out. Something like the soya, the GNC. If you are not using much of fish meal, try to use much of GNC, much of soya. This will aid the palatability of your feed. Palatability, that means the smell. When your fishes are anywhere in the pond and they notice the smell, they will rush and pick it without even not knowing how much of the nutrient, if the nutrient is balanced or not, but they will rush it. But if you are using more of this, you will be rest assured that the nutrient is well balanced. So you have to choose the ingredients that have smell and a very, very good taste for them. I said, for example, the GNC is good. Smell well when it's dried and tasted rather than soya. Fish meal is good. Smell and taste more than blood meal. So pick wisely. So what really happens is that if you are using fish meal and you are using blood meal, because of the cost of the fish meal now, some people uses more of blood meal. And if you are using more of blood meal, you must have a palatable material to bench it up. So what you can do is that you can get the fish oil to mob it up. You can get the soya oil to mob it up to increase the palatability. And note, blood meal is dangerous. I'll be talking more on this as we go on. No, before I go, not that it's not good. Blood meal is good, but using the excess of it is dangerous. This causes basically what we call the crackhead disease for your fishes. But I'll be mentioning this to you as we go on this channel. And for those of you who have not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you subscribe and always watch this video. And for those of you who had an advert, make sure that you bring up our advert. I said it once again, and it will be advertised here for you. And I said we're having from our episode 8, we're having free 10 advert. If you have an advert for free, I will help you put it there for free for just 10 people. For just 10 people. When it's after 10 people, it's not free anymore. So for just 10 people, I'll put it up here for free. And for the returning subscribers, please make sure that you subscribe to this video. If you have subscribed before and you have unsubscribed, make sure that you press on the subscribe button to encourage us on doing more, better, and give you more information. So my name once again, Streamen Udutola Isa Abiodun. Thank you and God bless you all.